Hello all, welcome to Let's Do It. To get more such videos, do subscribe to our channel and also press the bell icon to never miss an update from us. We also have courses from different subjects. Do check them out on our website www.letsdoit.com. So, let's start with today's session. In the last video, we learned about what lenses are and the different types of lenses and how they bend light. We then went on to show how a convex lens creates images and how, for the most part, they created real images. We then showed you one ray diagram for a concave lens and showed how it made a virtual image. Then, we just told you that a concave lens always makes a virtual image. But is that really true? Well, there's only one way of knowing for sure right now. Let's look at the ray diagrams. We'll keep the object at two different extreme positions and hopefully that will give us an understanding about how concave lens makes images. First, let's keep the object at 2f. Here, we can use the dotted line instead of drawing the lens every time, as long as you remember what lens it represents. Now, if we take two rays from the top, we can see one get diverged from the focus while the other goes through the optical center. This makes a virtual image between the focus and the optical center, which is diminished. Now if we look at the other scenario where the object is placed between the focus and the optical center, again, one ray is diverged from the focus while the other goes through the optical center, and thus again we have a virtual image between the focus and the optical center, which is diminished. So hopefully now I have convinced you, but this is still not a proof. How do we know that for some random configuration of the object and the lens, the image is not real or not between the focus and the optical center? For a real proof, we need to do some math, and you cannot do math without a formula. So here is the lens formula. This is not that different from the mirror formula, except the sign between the terms on the left is negative here and was positive there. Like that formula, here too, U represents object distance, V the image distance, and F the focal length. Similarly, here too we have rules to follow if we need to use the formula without confusion. The first rule is the same. The light incident on the lens must come from the left, and thus the object must always be to the left on the lens. The second rule is all the distances are measured from the optical center of the lens. And lastly, the third rule is the distances to the left of the optical center are negative and to the right are positive. Above the principal axis is positive, below is negative. Using this, we can give sign to the focal lengths of the lenses like we did for the mirrors. The parallel rays of light converge to the right of the optical center for the convex lens, and thus convex lens has a positive focal length. Similarly, concave lens has a negative focal length. Now that we know we can solve two parts of the question we asked, is the image formed by the concave lens always between the focus and the optical center and is virtual? Let's make the logical argument that if we follow the rules stated before, any image that is formed to the left of the optical center will necessarily be virtual. We know this because a real image will be formed by the two rays actually meeting after refraction and thus will be to the right of the lens. Thus, if the image distance is negative, we can easily say that the image is virtual. Now if we keep the object at some distance, U, from the concave lens with the focal length F, we can use the lens formula to find where the image will be. Since the object is to the left, object distance is minus U and the focal length of the concave lens is minus F. Putting this in the formula, we can see that the image distance will also be negative. Thus, from our earlier logic, the image is virtual. And to find if it will be between the focus and optical center, we just need to prove that the magnitude of the image distance is less than the focal length. Now we know, ignoring signs, that 1 by v will be equal to 1 by f plus 1 by u. We can ignore the sign as it is only giving us the sign of v. Now, if 1 by f plus 1 by u is greater than 1 by f, thus 1 by v is greater than 1 by f. Thus, v must be smaller than f. And thus, we have proved that the image is always virtual and always between focus and optical center. For the diminished part, we need another formula here. This is the magnification formula. This is again similar to the magnification formula for spherical mirrors. I urge you to figure why these formulae are so similar to their spherical mirrors counterparts. Here again, the difference is the sign. On a different note, you may have realized that we are saying that the magnification of an image depends on the distances of the object and image. But why? There is particularly interesting proof for it, which is why I ask you to try and do by yourselves. If you want a hint, it will be given at the end of the video. Now, like we did for the mirrors, we can multiply both sides of the lens formula by u gives. Thus, if we just have the focal length of the lens and the object distance, we can figure out how big the image will be. So now that we have this, we can finally answer the last part of the question. Will the image always be diminished? Well, let's look at this new formula we derived. For concave lens, the focal length is negative, so the numerator is negative. Both the focal length and the object distance are negative, and so the denominator is also negative. Thus, the fraction as a whole is positive. This means the image is formed above the principal axis, which makes sense as the image is virtual and thus must be erect. Now again, the numerator is just the focal length, while the denominator is the addition of the object distance and the focal length. Thus, the denominator is greater than the numerator. This means the fraction as a whole is less than 1. What does this mean? Well, to find out the real size of the image, we multiply the object size by magnification. Since the magnification is less than 1, the image size will be less than the object size, and thus the image will always be diminished. Well, we finally proved it. The image formed by concave lens is always virtual, diminished, and between the focus and the optical center. Let's end this with a simple problem. An object is kept 10 cm away from a convex lens with a focal length 8 cm. What is the image distance? And is the image real, magnified? We know that u is equal to minus 10 cm and f is equal to 8 cm because focal length of convex lens is positive. Putting this in the lens formula, we get image distance v is equal to 40 cm. Thus, the image is real as it is formed to the right of the lens and is 40 centimeters away from the lens. The magnification is found by dividing image distance by the object distance, and thus we get magnification as m is equal to minus 4. Thus, the image is magnified and inverted, real, and 40 centimeters away from the lens. Well, hopefully you understood everything about this formula. The hint for finding the magnification formula is use similar triangles. Let's look at what we have learned today. We learned the lens formula, we learned about the magnification formula, we learned the rules for using the formula, we learned that concave lens always makes virtual, diminished images between the focus and the optical center. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video and learned something new. Before you leave, take a look at these online courses on our website www.letstute.com. If you have liked this video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to never miss another update from Let's Tute. Keep watching, keep learning and follow your curiosity. Thank you.